All right, so I'm going to try this little Mercury mantra thing, and then we can talk about what's going on astrologically, if you would like. Alright. I hope you can still hear me. This is all a work in progress, and I know I'm supposed to be looking at comments. I haven't figured that part out. I actually have a tablet plugged in over there for comments, but I see. Hey, man. I wonder if that is the Robert Thompson that just joined. Anyway, I'm going to post this as a replay, so for those of you who didn't catch the live. Wow, that was really fun. Thank you, Mercury. I didn't know if that was going to work. I hope could you hear me? Somebody post, because I can see your comments even though I can't respond. Please, being polite. Let me know if you could hear everything. I recorded something the other day that was supposed to be it was a really cool thing on the solstice, and it was just improv, and it came out really awesome. And I had recorded it and made a video, and then the sound was just totally mangled. So, it happens. It happens. So check it out. Mercury just stationed direct while we were doing that little bit of fun there, and I'm going to give you some Okay, so Mercury stationed direct in the 14th degree of Sagittarius, which is about a degree away from where the Great Attractor is. And check out my recent post about the Great Attractor and the Great Central Sun and all that good stuff if you missed that. But the Great Attractor is and the Great Central Sun / Galactic Center are these two deep space, supermassive black hole, pulsar gamma ray transmitters. And whenever planets align up with those, it's like just cosmic activation, So, here, this is what it's like. Hang on a second. Gotta remember where I put my effects here. It's like. Uh-oh. You're going to hear a little click here. activation. Yeah. I mean, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Vibes, space. Washing through your brain. And they've been trying to blast out all the stuff that needs to be blasted out. So Mercury's stationing direct, conjunct the great attractor. And right now, as we speak, Venus, the goddess, love, beauty, harmony, all the good stuff, is aligned with the Galactic Center, or the Great Central Sun. So even if it hasn't felt like it lately, which I know for many of us it hasn't, this is like a super propitious cosmic moment. And so I'm glad to get to honor Mercury, who means a lot to me and has helped me a lot throughout the years, and Venus as well. I got a little crush on Venus, so but they're really trying to help us, and what they're doing is they're like transformers, and they take this raw, super powerful galactic energy and chunk it down into stuff that's may not feel manageable, but it is more manageable for us. So Mercury is in 14 Sag right now, and as he stations direct, just across the line from 13 to the 14th degree. And John Sandbach, the great John Sandbach's Omega symbol for that is: a man communicates in graceful sign language. When communication is imbued with beauty and charm, it can captivate. See? This degree knows how to enhance any exchange of information. It senses that the world around it is replete with signs that are the language of creative intelligence, or that are the language creative intelligence uses to communicate with all beings. We may tap into these signs and dance with them, thereby accessing the aliveness and grace of information. So, let's see. To cultivate that which is unlike the usual is to bring more variety and interest to life, so that we may derive specialized information from sources that are unexpected or even bizarre, but never boring. And the Pleiadian symbol, which he's got like 5 levels of symbols, is the full moon low in the sky shines on the Great Pyramid, which casts a long shadow over the desert. So, a lot of these degrees in Sagittarius that are aligned with the black holes and the pulsars out there, they are pretty cosmic. But, as Mercury goes direct now, probably going to be a little crazy traffic communication schedule-wise again for the next couple of days. But we have been on an epic journey in December, man. November and December. 2017 has been an epic journey. So we really want to tune into looking, noticing the signs, as this dear friend of mine says, seeing your inside on the outside. So you're thinking about, hey, should I go for that thing that I really love? Should I be who I really want to be? And, and then there's all the fear of failure, or fear of success, fear of our own power. And then you see this sign that says, hey, you're just driving by and you see a billboard that says, go for it now, right? Okay, well, that billboard's there every day. But there's a connection, right? Or it's something that shows up in nature, like all the lizards that have been visiting me lately. So, tune in, because Mercury is really trying to help us align our minds and understand what it is that we've experienced, because I know pretty much all of you who would tune into this have been, you've felt the experience, right? Things are changing. And just real quick, if I can get to this, Venus at the Galactic Center. And I'm going to start doing more of these now that I know I can do it, which is really cool. It's taken me a year to figure out this technology, not to talk on the phone, Facebook Live, but to be able to do the music too. So, real quick. I'm going to look out. There we go. And 26th to 30, yes, here we go. So Venus right now is in the 28th degree of Sagittarius, which is where the Galactic Center is at this point in history. And the symbol for that is a man channeling new music from deceased composers. This degree knows that anything appearing to be closed, finished, or limited can be reopened up and extended. Our belief in limits reinforces those limits. And if we let go of that belief, we find an abundance that is endless. Lack of confidence in self can stand in the way of this process. But if we focus on the good we are attempting to do, the confidence magically appears. And that's where the whole Mercury retrograde started, is clustered around that degree with Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury. So I love that degree. I'll post this again on Facebook when I post the replay, but so you can read the whole thing. But John Sandbeck's amazing, and his symbols are just really enlightening, I feel. That's what we've been kind of experiencing over the Mercury retrograde, as Mercury went back from that degree, and now he's starting to move forward, and he'll hit this degree again in the second week of January. But now there's this opportunity to really tune into who are we beyond the limits that we've believed in? Who are we beyond the old stories? You know, so that's really beautiful. And yeah, I'll tell you a quick story. My son is like freaking out about brushing his own teeth, and he's at the age where he needs to brush his own teeth. But, you know, he started like crying one day. He's like so upset about, you know, mommy yelling at him, "It's time to brush your own teeth." And I was like, why are you so upset, man? And he's like, "I'm afraid I'll mess up." And I'm like, well, like, mess up what? You know, like brush your nose, you know, and he's like, "I'm afraid I'll put too much toothpaste on the toothbrush and I won't do it right." And I was just like, oh man. So we're talking about it, you know, and I'm like, well, we'll just go in there when nobody's looking, just sneak in there and practice. Well, and he said, like, I'm going to be embarrassed to myself or before myself, you know. And there's always, I think, any of you who are parents who will understand, your kids have some ridiculous fears and say some crazy things, and you just kind of like sometimes like, "Wow, just go do it." It's easy to like brush that off. And then I was like, wow, that's totally me, you know, in so many ways. And it's interesting because it came up again this evening, and I told him, he kind of saw me trying to put the raw materials together so I could do this Mercury mantra set. And I told him, like, hey, you know, the whole thing about you being afraid to brush your teeth, I'm terrified of doing this. And I know I'm going to mess up. But I'm also, there's two things, you know, and one is, if I don't do it when I said I was going to do it, when I promised myself I would do it, I'm not going to like myself. And that is not going to be a good thing for me. And then if I do it and it's not a total disaster, I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be so like full of joy, you know? So I don't know if that's going to work. He's pretty stubborn, man. He does things in his own time, but it worked for me. So thanks for y'all tuning in, and